All right, guys, Lanticos here. Iva.
Caitlin.
We are here at Brass Tacks Coffee Shop on the Southside. You have to check it out. Super
The
adorable.
bananas Foster shaken latte. Obsessed.
Yeah, great spot. But what we're really here to talk about
Today, we're going to dive into new construction versus resale.
here in Jacksonville specifically.
Which one is better? Which one should you choose?
Let's dig in.
Let's do it.
So, first, I want to focus on where builders are at. They are in St. Johns County, Clay County, Nassau County, which is further north, more where there's more to expand. There's a lot of growth.
I would also like to piggyback on that a little bit and say where they are doing all of these master plan communities and things, pay attention to the lot size, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because so they're building the whole community. They're not focused on building your house as big as they can when they're putting a bunch of houses there.
Yeah.
So just something to think about as we're talking about new construction.
So they're not everywhere. It feels like it is because there's so many builders and you're seeing all these signs and all these communities. But when you really start digging in and looking, if you're looking for a specific area or location, there may or may not be a builder there.
Yeah, Kernan Boulevard, there's no builder. You're not going to find them unless it's a little bit further north, right?
Yep.
But a lot of people love that area because of the schools and that's a great neighborhood.
So that's what I would say too, is you may find a new construction community close to where you want to be. But if it is somebody who is looking for a specific school district, you may not find new construction in that school zone.
Absolutely. So you have to prioritize what's important to you. And I think that's the biggest thing between resale and new construction. What is most important to you? Location, or is it finding the right monthly payment? Because builders have some great incentives. And we've really seen some people use those, especially BA buyers and things like that, to
so strategically.
Yeah. They've bought people out of their rent and things like that when they've had a couple months. So like you can really, it would be naive not to at least consider new construction because you can get a good monthly payment, especially if you're budget strict.
Yes, I would say new construction is perfect for people who want lower cost or cheaper monthly payments, things like that, because of the incentives and some of the other perks, like your insurance is going to be cheaper because it's new construction.
Yeah. I just want to put an asterisk though. So when you see all these builders offering incentives, make sure you take a realtor with you because some of them sound really great, a 2-1 buy down, but maybe that's not the best thing for you. Your agent works for you. The builder's rep works for the builder.
Yeah, that's so important to add.
A lot of buyers are winning right now when it comes to new construction with that. So with the incentives, and that's when you were saying the monthly payment. Second, insurance. I think that's what you were touching on. Insurance is also a lot cheaper because they're building to code and 2026 code, not 1990 code. Warranties is also a huge thing with builders, but with that, I want to also put another caveat. Make sure you're doing your research on the warranties and what exactly they cover. Some are way more thorough than others, and every builder prioritizes different things. So you also want to research, if you're looking at new construction, the builder and what's important to you versus what's important to them as a builder. Absolutely. Some of them are offering larger lots, which aren't huge lots, but they're larger lots.
So my thing was, and because I've actually worked with buyers who this helped, the biggest misconception I think is that new construction takes forever. I've had a lot of buyers who are like, oh, I can't go new construction because it's going to take too long.
Yeah.
But that's not always true because builders have the quick move-ins.
Yeah. And you can get really great deals with quick move-ins, depending on the builder and all the things. Builders are more likely to negotiate incentives and help you with your interest rate, things like that.
Where in a resale, they might not be able to give you as much incentives, but you can negotiate more on that purchase price.
Or repairs, because while purchase price is important, with resale, you need to think about repairs.
Yeah.
That is a part of resale. Is the roof life 5 years, 10 years?
Is the seller willing to throw in a home warranty?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah. So I guess next, let's touch on some resale.
Okay. Yeah. So again, I think a plus of resale is location. If you're looking for a specific location, there's not going to be builders more than likely in your historic neighborhoods, right? Like it's going to be hard to find a builder in any of those.
Yeah. Southside, directly around the town center, there's not any new construction there. So newer construction, but not new, brand new.
And maybe you are somebody who likes those more historical style homes.
Yeah.
And you don't want the cookie cutter, same new construction style look. You want that older historic style.
Yeah.
That plays a big part in it too. Is like where you want to be at, but also with resale, like we were talking on negotiation. So you can negotiate that purchase price a little bit easier than you can with a builder. Not saying that you can't with a builder, just saying it's a little bit easier sometimes with resale.
In resale, more than not, you will see mature trees, bigger yards.
Yes. If you're looking for 3 acres, you want to go resale.
Yeah, unless it was like a custom built home, right?
Yeah.
There are those every now and again.
Yeah.
But there's a different buyer profile when you're looking at, right? New construction, I feel like for that buyer profile, this is probably most likely a first home, maybe a second home, but you probably are working too much. You don't have time to worry about fixing things, or your budget is so tight, you don't want to worry about a new HVAC in 2 years.
I would say new construction is an amazing opportunity for first-time home buyers or for people with really tight budgets because of exactly that. You do have builder warranties that cover the entire house.
Yeah.
Your roof, your structure, all of your structural items, and then your dishwasher, fridge, all of that has warranties as well. If something goes out, it's easier to get it fixed, replaced, etc.
Yeah.
Whereas in a resale, you could spend all of your money to get in this home, and now your AC goes out.
Yeah, I would say the buyer profile for most resales is people that are looking for very specific things. Again, we've touched on location a lot, but not just location. Maybe you like the style of homes that were built in 2000. Maybe you like a specific yard size. Maybe you like mature trees. When you're very specific, you probably want to go more resale,
absolutely.
because you're more likely going to find something that someone else feels that same way about.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably one of the most important, right? You're kind of like balancing.
Yeah.
It's like a balancing act.
Yeah.
What is most important to you and why?
And that's really what it boils down to is what is your wants, needs, your goals? What is important to you?
Something, if you're a first-time home buyer, something to consider is new construction at first. Maybe you don't love exactly where you're at, but you're building equity. You have to stay in there till the builder moves out of the neighborhood, but you're building equity. And so then you go find the perfect resale. It doesn't have to be the perfect house in the perfect location first, and then you find your second home. You cash out.
Your first home is just that, your first home. Let it be your starter home. Yeah. Let it be the home that catapults you to your forever home. So many people get so hung up on the small details or the little things when they buy their first home because they're just in this mindset of this is forever.
Yeah, you're not
and then
stuck
in
there.
3-5 years, they're like, oh my gosh, I've outgrown this. I'm ready to move. So really think of it like that. Like, yes, when you buy a home, is it great to say I can see myself here forever? Absolutely. But that's just not the reality with people these days.
So I say life cycles are in 5 years. Most of the time you have a baby, you get married, parents move in. Every 5 years there's a life cycle of some sort. So think about a 5-year plan, and you hear that a lot in different
growing
things.
up. How many times did you have to write a 5-year plan in English class?
Yeah, but because realistically, that life cycle. So you buy your first home, and then by this 5th year, you probably got a promotion.
Yeah.
Maybe you're growing a family, maybe not. Maybe you have multiple dogs or pets. We have people now that are looking to buy because they have several pets.
Yeah.
So
and I'm just sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But thinking on that same mentality, right? If you buy this new construction home for your starter home, your home that you're building equity in, with those builder incentives, you're going to get in at a lower interest rate. Okay. So your payments are going to be lower. You're going to you can pay it off or pay it down a little bit quicker. So now when it is time to resell, you were about to say something.
We're different. We're different people.
See, my thought is now when you're about to turn around and resell it, also everything is still new, right? If you're reselling it within 3 to 5 years, right?
Yes.
Your roof is still at a decent age. Your HVAC is still a decent age. So it's not battling all those repairs and all those replacements.
Personally, what I would do, and different people, different plans, different strategies. When it comes to investing, I would upgrade the home because you want your home to stand out when you come time to resale. So be strategic about the upgrades and make sure that it's something that's building you equity. Obviously, if you can pay extra on your mortgage, but I would try to play a balancing act of, hey, floors get old. They get gross. In 5 years,
that is true.
They get rough.
If you have a carpet or
pets, kids. My floors, before I sell, they're gonna have to be redone. There's just, I know that. There's no way around that. So I'm gonna be strategic about where I invest my money into the new construction, because most new construction is very bland. It's very basic. Some have upgrades and personalizations.
So do all the little fancy touches.
Yeah, but even then, over time, you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I had more closet space or things like that. Maybe you upgrade your closet. So yes, I agree with you paying it down and taking that equity.
I don't mean paying extra. I just mean as you're paying on it, because your interest rate is so low. I feel like you're getting a little jump on building that equity.
That's true. That is true too. And just don't hang on to that interest rate either.
Yeah. They come and go.
Yeah, they come and go. You never know.
And you can always refinance.
Yep. Just all things to consider. There's different strategies. You can talk to different agents, especially agents in your area. Maybe you're in Texas. Maybe they have a different strategy for you, right? So we're talking about specifically here in
Jacksonville, Florida. St. John's.
Yeah, Northeast. Yeah. This northeastern area. Because there is a lot of great new construction coming out on over Gainesville.
Yeah. Lake City's been seeing a lot of new construction.
Yeah, it's growing so much over there. Yeah. So all of that's really Yulee. And there's it's such great areas because
oh my gosh, going through Callahan and Hilliard, there's all these new communities popping up too. Every time I drive to Georgia, I'm seeing them like crazy.
And they're so cute. Like it really is quaint back there. Most of them are families or first time home buyers. So you guys are kind of growing together, which is cool.
And I will say, not every single new construction community is the same. There's some amazing new construction communities.
And builders. Yeah. And research your builder and what you're happy with.
Oh my God, absolutely. Because this builder is definitely not the same as this builder.
Yeah.
Your friend, your brother, your uncle, your sister, your cousin might have a horror story with one builder, but that doesn't mean every builder is bad.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I can definitely say I've seen some scary ones, but I've also seen some really amazing builders who care about their home buyers.
Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, it's still a home. You are still going to have to maintenance it. You are still going to have to do things to it over time. Maybe you buy a new construction, it's your forever home. You will eventually have to replace things.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still a home. So you're still going to find stuff. Resale, you'll find stuff that people fixed 10 years ago when it was normal to do that. And now you're taking out the drywall and you're like, why does this
heck?
Yeah, why does it look like this? I bought an old house and so
whoopsie. It has so much character. It's so cute. Yeah, I think it really does just boil down to your priorities and your game plan.
Yeah. And negotiation. Again, sometimes maybe interest rate isn't important to you because you have a game plan. You have a financial advisor that's it doesn't matter the interest rate, you'll gain the equity or whatever. And sometimes it's you want the lowest price possible. And so you want to look at that and see what is most important to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think something else that we wanted to point out was overall total cost. So even though you're getting these incentives, sometimes when you look at the numbers, it doesn't always add up. Right?
That is true.
So you want to look at overall total costs.
That's also
both
why
sides.
Having a realtor with you, even if you're going to construction, is so important. Because again, I know she already said it, but I'm going to reiterate it. The builder's agent works for the builder, not for you. I don't care how nice they are. I don't care if they give you water and cookies. They are not your friend.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, they're the builder's best friend. So they're going to negotiate for the builder and they're going to do what's in the builder's best interest. That's why you need one of us.
Yeah. We
to
do
work
this
in your best interest.
Yeah. We do this all the time. And we would be more than happy to do a side by side comparison for free for you.
Absolutely.
To where you can look at what you want and we'll say, hey, maybe this is an option for you and why it might make sense.
Yeah, we would totally break down, like she said, side by side, compare the new construction to the resale and let you be the judge.
Yeah. Also, side note on why bring a realtor or why it's important to use a realtor. Most of us, we go and check out the different new construction neighborhoods regularly. So we know what's in inventory, quick move-ins, things like that. And we'll be like, listen, I have the neighborhood that might make sense for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we also build a relationship with the builders and those agents.
Yeah.
So we kind of know what's coming or if they're getting incentives soon or just got these brand new incentives that might be beneficial to you. We might know, hey, this builder over here is doing lower interest rates or this builder is offering closing cost assistance. So maybe whatever loan type you're using, you don't really need that interest rate, but you really could use that closing cost. very important to
absolutely.
to have an agent on your side.
Yeah, all in the comparison. And I will say AI is a great tool nowadays. Not everybody uses it. Some people do. You can also ask AI, hey, I'm considering new construction. Ask me 5 questions on if this would work for me. I still think it's best to talk to a real estate agent because again, we're hands-on. We're on the ground. Thick of it. Yeah, and we do know because we have the relationships, we do get a little bit heads up early on if an incentive is coming or things like that. AI doesn't always have up-to-date information.
That's a solid point.
Yeah, but it can give you a better picture and a better idea of when it does make sense for you. It's a great tool.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, we do navigate both sides, whether you're looking for a resale or a new construction, and we would absolutely love to help you find what fits for you.
Or an agent in your area that would help make the most sense for you.
Absolutely, because we have partners everywhere.
Yeah. All right. Ciao, guys. Toodles.